Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Well, the GED goddess of Soddom and Gomorrah, who has been arrested numerous times and whose main squeeze, the man she married, same guy, by the way, who is charged with both lewd exposure to a minor and domestic violence. Oh, yeah. He did 4 days in jail and 2 years of probation for the first charge. And after he was known to beat women, that woman who he beat, Lauren Boebert, married him right after he finished his probation for exposing his penis to a minor. You know, it's such a romantic story. Disney should do an animated film about it.
Here's where she meets Prince Charming.
And since she's been elected to Congress, Lauren Boebert, oh man, she has said she was very familiar with QAnon and said, everything I've heard of Q, and I hope this is real because, well, it only means America is getting stronger and better. She hopes a conspiracy that thinks Democrats are baby blood drinking pedophiles will make America stronger, while they wait in Dallas for JFK to show up. But this is just the appetizer. Boebert is a walking country fair of red flag behavior, a funnel cake full of crazy, never before seen in the hallowed halls of Congress. High school dropout? Check. And even yours truly got out of high school, and I was high. She got her GED a month before her primary. During the January 6th insurrection, she tweeted out, "Today is 1776, just as the protesters breached the Capitol. She gave tours days before the attack on the Capitol when it was illegal to give tours at the Capitol. That's not a tour. We call that reconnaissance. After being beaten by her now husband, she then got into Congress and voted against the Violence Against Women Act. She's obviously in the pocket of the PLOA, the Pimp Lobby of America.
Get me my money. Now get.
She's on the National Resource Committee, and her husband is a consultant for a natural gas company in Colorado. Yeah, I'm sure they keep the lobby job with the natural gas company separate from her position on the committee that deals with natural gas. You know, it would be too obvious, right? They wouldn't do that. Who would crime that stupidly? Somebody who just got their GED. I'm talking about her today because I don't know, people, when we started setting the bar so low for people to represent us. Oh, and she's also a racist. Here's this week in her recent Nazi open mic comedy fundraiser.
I see a Capitol police officer running hurriedly to the elevator. I look to my left, and there she is, Ilhan Omar. She doesn't have a backpack. We should be fine.
That was her saying Ilhan Omar, a Muslim, was safe in the elevator because Ilhan wasn't wearing a backpack. You know, because all Muslims bomb everybody. Am I right, people? It's funny because it's racist. Yet this horror show of a human is the one fighting to carry a gun into the halls of Congress. She wants to avoid the metal detectors. Yeah. She calls this elected Muslim member of Congress part of the jihad squad. I get it. It's funny because it rhymes and it's racist. Hey, Boebert, I didn't see any Muslims during the attack on the Capitol. I saw backpacks, but they were all on the backs of guys that looked like your audience at this gig right here, where you blathered racist bullshit about a Muslim. A Muslim, by the way, who also didn't tweet out Nancy Pelosi's whereabouts during the treasonous clown show you helped support. A show you helped plan. Oh yeah. And I forgot, people. There are witnesses that say Boebert was one of the 12 Republicans who helped organize January 6th. That stunning sedition show that tried to end democracy. You know, people say that we get the leaders that we deserve. So to Miss Boebert, you high school dropout, multiply arrested seditionist racist who helped plan the insurrection and lost $300,000 on a restaurant in the last 2 years and married her domestic abuser, I can't figure out what we did to deserve you. Oh, right. We're baby blood drinking pedophiles. That's gotta be it. Sorry, my bad. I gotta go to Dallas now and wait for JFK. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Oh, God, I wonder if he moisturizes while he's been dead.
Now, Kamala, I want you to stand here and look at what you've done.
Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. How you doing? That was the Armageddon update about the lovely and psychotic Lauren Boebert. We are on the road. If the sound's a little weird today, it's because I'm on the road with the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander is back at the studio making sure our business doesn't explode.
He's at the Bat Cave. I'm mostly confused by you calling Lauren Boebert lovely. And then calling me lovely in the same sentence.
No, one was sarcastic, one was not sarcastic.
I'll leave it to you to decide.
I just don't even understand what's going on. And when did the GOP hand over control to the psychos? I mean, the loudest people are the craziest. And by the way, Ted Cruz at this point sounds kind of sane. At this point, he's still out of his mind. But when you compare it to Marjorie Taylor Greene, Boebert, Matt Gaetz, Foghorn Leghorn,
I'll say. Jim Jordan.
Jim Jordan, who is just, yes.
All of them.
Grassley, they're all, Grassley, again, seems like a statesman compared to the rest of these humps. I don't get it. I don't get why do you think that they would just decide to turn their entire party, by the way? Hey, you know what, man? We've always been the party of, standing up for American rights and conservatism. Let's give it to the craziest fuckers ever. Did you know her business has lost almost $400,000 in the last 2 years?
The Shooters Bar and Grill?
Yeah, $200,000. Yep. And her husband, this is the weirdest thing, I was reading about this. So her husband is now, works for a gas company as a lobbyist. And she's on the committee.
Hold on, wait, let me guess.
Which committee do you think she's on?
One that has to do with oil and gas.
Natural resources.
Yeah. Oh, is he natural gas or is he gas?
Well, he's natural gas.
Oh, got it. Okay.
But that's what she would be on the same committee. And so
it's really coincidental.
Like year 1, year 2, like really? Like you and I would be smart enough to wait. All right, I'm going to get the lobby job 5 years from now. Let's set your sights. But maybe she just knows she's so bad that she's going to get kicked out pretty easy. I mean, she's got a GED. I mean, and
I applaud her efforts.
But they're not sure she has a GED. That was a story I read yesterday when I was doing the research for the Armageddon update. They're not even sure she has a GED. They can't prove it.
Well, there should be a record of that one.
Well, I haven't seen it. And that's another thing, too. So I used to be able to look up Lauren Boebert really easy.
Yeah.
And now I can't find things that I used to be able to find. I can find references to them, but a lot of the big articles are gone. Didn't you say they're trying to stop a documentary?
Yeah, so I saw a thing. There's a guy who I've seen on Twitter who has been in Colorado doing a documentary on her.
Right.
And she has gone to great lengths to stop him. I believe that she has filed a lawsuit against him. There was something about them scrubbing the internet of all the information about her, like you said. And this guy has been appealing to people to donate so that he can complete this documentary because he's been met with so much opposition. Trying to find it.
Yeah, look it up. If you can look it up and find it, we'll put it out on the podcast. Because everything was wrong about her. So her husband exposed himself, did 4 days in jail and 2 years of probation for showing his penis to a bunch of underage girls at a bowling alley. One of the underage girls was Boebert. Then he got arrested for beating her. For a domestic violence thing. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but he got arrested for it. And then she married him.
What was the context? I don't know if there ever is a context, but of him exposing himself. What was the context of that?
I don't know. They were in a bowling alley.
Explains it.
I did read it. Okay, so one of the girls was showing her friend a tattoo. And he says, I have a tattoo on my penis. This is what she said. And then she said, I don't care. And then he took his penis out, said he put his hand around the head of it, and then pulled his penis out.
As you do.
I could say peanut. And pulled it out to show the tattoo. And then he got arrested.
To a young girl, that's Groucho moonwalking in the background. So this was an underage girl that he felt the need to. I'm confused about.
I think when you're.
I guess I'm trying to seek sanity in something that I will never understand. So
maybe it was tattoo day at the bowling alley. Maybe it was like show your tattoo at the bowling alley. That seems like where you would do that, right?
Okay, yeah. So I found it. So it's thelaurenboebert.com, and the front page is a very beautiful picture of her with Colorado snowy mountains.
It looks like her website.
And it does. And then if you look underneath her name, it says racist / QAnon sympathizer.
Yep.
So you scroll down. He said, currently editing and filming in Colorado. I'm in need of your help to finish the project, asking for donations. And then there are videos you guys can go and watch if you're interested. Boebert Confrontation Part 1. She's physically confronting him everywhere he goes. Then he puts video of the website threats he's received from her people. Website threats Part 2.
Right.
It's a bunch of stuff going on, and I guess he's working with Midas Touch. If you guys are familiar with them, and
they're legit because Don Winslow is it? Don, I don't know if it's Don, no, it's not Don Winslow.
No,
Midas Touch is one of the other guys, but I think Brooklyn Dad works with those guys too. Here's the thing, people. We are now. It's our fault that these people are in office. Do you guys get that? I know it's weird to say that, but we kind of sit back like, I can't believe these people got in office. Well, all you people in Colorado that voted her in, voted her in. All you people that, in Georgia that voted in Marjorie Taylor Greene, who doesn't even live in her district, or didn't anyways, you voted her in. So the only way this changes is if we vote them out.
I doubt that anyone that voted for her listens. But B, Marjorie Taylor Greene moved to that area because she was going to run unopposed. So there was no opposition. There was no one else to vote for.
There's a guy running against Greene called Jordan. I think his name's Jordan. Marcus. It's Marcus. And he's running against her. I'll give you his name in a second. Ray's looking it up right now. But guys, this doesn't work if we don't get involved in it, man. I know I'm just a comedian, but I get on stage every day in front of hundreds of people. Every time I'm on stage, and we do theaters, it's 1,000 people, and I say what I mean. Don't be afraid to say what you want to say out loud, and for God's sakes, take that time and go vote. What's the guy's name running against her?
I just looked at it and now I forgot. I got totally confused by the picture. He's very handsome. Marcus Flowers.
Marcus Flowers, people.
There's a picture of him in a cowboy hat. Good-looking black dude, cowboy hat, black hat, leaning against a barn wall. It's got some Idris Elba vibes. I was quiet for a minute because I was confused.
I'm a little uncomfortable right now, honestly.
He's a pretty man.
He's a good dude.
And he's got to be a better human being than Marjorie Taylor Greene.
That's the weird thing we're at right now. Is you think to yourself, well, who could be worse than Boebert and Greene?
Well, let's see, because
Gates.
Lauren Boebert. There is a Republican challenger, so Marcus Flowers is the Democratic opponent.
Right.
But someone is going to try and primary Boebert. A Republican says that she would like to return to ethical representation. So if you are a Republican and you've just accidentally listened to this podcast, her name is Marina Zimmerman, and you guys for sure should vote for her.
It says she embraces conservative values. Is the headline of the article. Though she voted for Biden.
I like her. She's a thinker.
I like that. Though she voted for Biden. So, what conservative values? I was going to say, because I think Biden is such a weirdly middle. If you look how Biden voted and the stuff he passed over the 29 years he was in, it's like, or 40 years, it's like he's such a hardcore middle of the road centrist.
Well, not
anymore.
Because what those people are looking at would be gender equality, issues, abortion, whether he's pro.
People have rights to their own bodies. Yes.
Yeah, women's reproductive rights.
Right.
He's got a transgender cabinet member. I mean, this just freaks them all out. So in those ways.
So what you're saying is that the Democrats currently right now seem to accept everybody.
Equality.
Like let me see, who else was that? Who's the guy that the Republicans hold up as the higher voice above the government? Jesus, right? So Jesus employed the values of the Democrats currently, or the Democrats. Jesus didn't change. I'm saying that they.
I think it's Jesus and then Wayne. What's his name from the NRA?
Right, LaPierre.
Wayne LaPierre. I think it's like there is a hierarchy, and Jesus isn't really at the top for these people.
Not anymore, but they do when it's opportunistic to invoke his name.
Yes,
they would definitely, especially if you seem to be a pastor. There's a lot of pastors right now that seem to be like. And by the way, people, you need to raise a Christian, really good Christian, and we go to Bel Air Church, and every time one of these Christian dudes is doing a thing where they're screaming, "Let's go Brandon" in the church, which by the way translates to "fuck Joe Biden," Ray's just like, why are these people doing this? They're ruining religion. You said that in the car one day. They're ruining religion.
Well, not ruining religion. Organized religion did that. I just get tired of that. I get it. Like, I don't much like, Bible thumpers, as we would call them in the South, either now, because these people have given a really bad name to anyone that has faith or believes in God or whatever. And I mean, those are the ones that we hear about. And it's really embarrassing. Like, you don't hear about people like my mom,
right,
you know, who laid her life on the line to help people because she just loved people and loved, you know.
Well, our buddy Eva and Marsha, I mean, I was talking to Eva, and Eva was one of the people that worked on Titus with me. She made sure that all those monologues I had to learn in the black and white space were there, and we've been friends with her for a long time. And she's a pixie. She is Tinkerbell. She is the nicest human being I know.
Yes, she is.
And we were talking last time, and she was saying that she used to go to protests with her parents to promote like voting rights for black people when she was young and stuff. And her parents were taking her to protests when she was like 8, 9, 10 years old. And she's got injuries from that. And that seems to be fighting for the lesser, fighting for the people that are oppressed. That's what Jesus did. And these people continue to invoke Jesus, and yet they want to exclude everybody.
They're not. That's the thing that makes me insane about it, though. It's like it's the people that protest too much, right?
Right.
You know, I was reading some things on your Twitter feed yesterday, and you made a comment about guns and penis size.
Mm-hmm.
The people that feel like they have to walk in the subway with an AR strapped
Right.
across their chest. And
Right.
man, did some people protest a little too much. I thought, like, oh, like, bring it down. It's, you know, it's
Yeah.
like, it looks bad.
I'm just going to say this. If you say I have a small penis, I'm going to nod, smile, and walk away.
Yeah, the dude that's hung like a bear is just sitting there quietly because he's confident enough to just shut the hell up.
Right. Well, I think one of the things I was talking about was that you never saw in any of the movies Bruce Lee holding a gun. These guys keep talking about how they need it for protection, and I kept saying, if you need a gun, if you think you need a gun to walk out in the world, you're afraid of the world. You're not. You live in fear. I have been on the planet a long time, a lot of decades, and guess what? I've never had happen. Someone come and mess with me because I don't walk the world in fear.
Yeah, I know, but I don't. You know, I think that's oversimplifying that issue.
I'm talking. If you're a normal sized man. There's other people. I also said this. There's other
you're
people.
About to step in some shit. Go ahead, finish that sentence.
No, women are targets all the time. If you're a woman that weighs 105 pounds and you have to walk somewhere back and forth to work, and if you think you need to carry concealed and you're trained with the weapon, you don't have to pass a stricter thing to carry concealed. You have to like a real pretty strict test. Or no?
It's pretty easy. Yeah.
See, that's a mistake.
You can walk in I did most southern states. It's like way easier and faster than getting a driver's license.
A concealed carry permit?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Are you
yeah.
kidding?
No, I walked in my first concealed carry permit I had was in Louisiana. And then I ended up getting one in Florida. I think it was Florida because they reciprocated in 48 states. So easy. I want to say I was in that office for 8 minutes, maybe. You don't even have to take a picture.
Now let me ask you something. Being someone who shoots, I mean, I've shot. When I was at Warhorse in Iraq, I hit 30 out of 30 with an automatic weapon, and I know how to shoot a weapon. I just don't walk around with one all the time. The one we have is in our lockbox. It's in a lockbox at the house all the time.
Well,
you know?
for example, my brother does, but my brother is...
Your brother's a sniper level. Your brother hit 100...
My brother is a federal officer. He's trained. My dad doesn't have it on his person, but he has it in his car at all times.
Is it locked or is it just sitting there?
No. It's in a biometric.
Well, there you go then. See, but that's what I'm saying. Like someone got on me the day on Twitter. They're like, "Yeah, Ty. So, wait, you say you're anti-gun? Yeah, you have a gun." And I was like, "You morons don't get it. I have never said I'm anti-gun. I'm anti-dumb shit with a gun. We should have rules. Rules work worldwide. Japan, Australia. I don't want to list it again. We've done too many podcasts about this.
The do nothing. It's like when we were hearing about this shooting again. What week?
The reason we're talking about this, people, is because, as you know, 4 kids died in high school.
I will kill you if you interrupt me again. I will knock you up. I will do a bunch of stuff that I can't even think of right now, but it's going to be really scary.
Guys, you
really
heard this.
Tough.
It's going out. You can testify. You heard it on the podcast. She threatened me with violence.
So there was another shooting this week, and I'm always left, with the thought, surely this is not the week that we're going to say do nothing again, because we have evidence that do nothing does not work.
Right.
And, school shootings, we have them unlike any other country. And I just keep thinking, okay, the common sense in some of these Republican Congress people, surely that's going to come out at some point, right? Kids are dying.
Right. Surely they have to have children or grandkids, right?
Yeah.
So you'd think that, I mean, that's what hasn't happened yet. Do you know why? Because they make enough money on selling stock instead of trading, and they can send their kids to a private school.
Right. And, also what my hope is, thank you to Letitia James, is the New York AG, is that, she's taking the NRA down, and they filed for bankruptcy, and they've tried to move to Texas, and she's exposed all of this misappropriation of funds that were donated by Wayne LaPierre. I mean, I think he bought jets and crazy stuff like that.
$10,000 suits. He spent $60,000 in one afternoon on suits, something like that. Some insane number.
So if we could take them down, I mean, I don't know. I guess gun makers would still put money in their pockets. They would find a new one, yeah. I mean, never mind. It'll never work.
But here's the thing. If it's that craven, man, if it's just like, okay, we just want to continue to sell guns and ammo, and if they've made it such an emotional issue, so is it they don't give a shit that kids are just dying? That we've had more mass shootings this year than we've had in the last 20.
Well, they would have to know, right? They would have to know.
Yeah, and they just keep doing it.
And they keep saying that, good guy with a gun, that dumb thing. That
never worked.
It maybe has here and there sometimes.
Less than 2%. The statistics are less than 2%.
Yeah, I just think that it does come down to money. And I think it does come down to them thinking it'll never happen to them or their family. So, I mean, because surely they have to know. That's common. It's right in front of all of the evidence is right there. You can go turn on the news every week and see it.
Yeah, you could just yeah. It's well, I mean, how do you? But it's weird because then they say this thing, and then we're gonna move on to the next thing, guys. I know you guys are tired of us talking about guns. I have to be honest with you. I'm tired of talking about it.
Yeah, me too.
They always say this. They always say, so it happens. Then all the people that are like, we need to have rules. They're like, you know what? Now's not the time. Now's not the time to turn this into a political issue. Well, when is the time? Because when it's over, everybody drifts back to their lives. Yeah. We just kind of drift. It's like the end scene of the insurrection or that movie Cable Guy, where people just kind of TV goes off and they just kind of drift away to the next thing. I don't understand. I mean, look, man, if I could appeal to anybody out there and if you're not a conservative listening, you have conservative friends, like, just ask them, like, what are you guys getting out of this? I mean, my rights, the Second Amendment, well, it looks like they're changing Roe versus Wade. So if they change Roe versus Wade, which is a constitutionally protected right, I guess it's open borders on anything, right?
Well, and the Constitution has been changed a massive amount of times.
27 times. Yep.
A lot of the female, like Lauren Boebert, would not be able to hold office or vote. She wouldn't have been allowed to vote if we didn't change the Constitution. It's so nonsensical to
I'm looking back at that one and thinking it was a mistake now. After I see Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert, I say, we should repeal that one. That's one of the amendments we should also repeal, women voting, because look what's happened.
Thank you. Pretty sure that's on you guys. Pretty sure. Yeah. Tired of talking about it too, but it does feel like we should never stop talking about it until somebody does something. It's really unfair for these kids. And I know if I had kids, I would be terrified to send them to school.
I still am. My son is still in high school, and they already had one shooting outside of their school where he took off and went home.
And that's in California.
And that was in California.
Yeah.
And my daughter, when she was there that day, and her friend got shot. Yeah. He lived, but he got shot. And it wasn't a mass shooting. It was a gang thing out front. But guns are so prevalent. And then they go, well, you have so many guns on the street, you'll never get them off. Yeah, I know. But if you guess what you start doing, anybody who has a gun, you start bringing hard penalties down on them. It'll clean up. It'll take a decade. But that's the thing. If we don't start now, we're screwed. That's what I'm saying. So you got to vote, people. Here's the thing. We got two morons right now in the Senate. So here's what happened.
Listen, Stacey Abrams is running.
For
governor in Georgia.
And I want you guys to know something. People ask me all the time, and you can tell me, I'm fairly conservative on a lot of issues. I really am. People go, you liberal. I'm not. I'm actually a factualist. Here's the facts, people. Do you know the Democrats, the economy has beat the Republicans every time they had a Democratic president since Eisenhower? That's insane. They always crash the economy, the Great Recession, HW crashed it, W crashed it, and then Trump crashed it. And now today 4.2% unemployment. 4.2% Biden's got it back to. He's added 5 million jobs.
I don't think you have a lot of conservative opinions.
Well, I mean,
would not say
yes,
that.
I do. I believe everyone should get off their ass and do their own work. I do believe that. I don't believe you should get free money. I believe you should, I had to build my own business. That's when people say, "Come, you live where?" I go, "I live on a golf course. What are you talking about? My house is on a golf course. Are you nuts?" Like, I'm not, what, you know?
What does
but then
that
I just think some people see this thing like,
Yes, my house is on a golf course.
I don't mean it like that. We were lucky enough, by the way.
I must be conservative because I
I'm
have
just
a
saying
house
that
on a golf course.
I do. I will bust my ass. I like to make money as much as anybody. When people scream socialism and communism, I'm like, are you out of your mind?
The funniest thing is that what's her ding dong name, Marjorie Taylor Greene,
Right.
took almost $500,000, like $400 and something thousand from PPP funds.
Yep.
But she's crying about socialism everywhere.
Right.
And funneled it into her business, and then the business donated $200,000 to her campaign.
Right.
It's socialism, isn't it?
Well, that's totally socialism, and it's also bullshit. So
It is bullshit.
I have some serious, I have some serious views that, but I also believe this. If you understand America, and I do, that what we are based on, it says it, all men created equal. Then okay, that's one of the rules we have to follow. If you believe in the Second Amendment, you also have to believe in that, right? So all men are created equal. We all have the right to life, liberty, and happiness. And if you having a gun all the time, open carrying in a subway messes with my happiness, I'm going to say something. I always wonder that. What do these guys think when they're open carrying a weapon into a sandwich shop? What do you?
I don't know, but
thinking?
it is an odd phenomenon. Coming from a military family where I was around guns a lot when I was little, but my
Right.
dad had one. He taught us how to shoot. Well, he had many. And I don't come from hunters, I'm proud to say.
Right.
But I am very confused by all of these people screaming that they should have a right to strap a gun across their chest and patrol the subway are all non-military, non-trained, and usually fat as shit. But they're wearing camouflage and they're grunt style shirts, and it's like they're LARPing military people.
Someone pointed out that, listen, if you can get stopped by 2 flights of stairs, you shouldn't be trying to protect anybody.
But if you want to have that right, go join the military and
There you
actually
go.
do something.
Learn how to use it right.
And wear that camouflage rightfully instead of, live action role playing.
In an urban setting instead of in the Walmart, because the camouflage in the Walmart, it doesn't really make a difference there. We can see you actually clearer.
No, you can't, because they're all in it, so they all just blend together.
Why is there a bush moving around Walmart? Is that a bush? Why is there a bush in Walmart?
I'm so confused.
It's weird. It's a weird time.
We are in, where are we? Oh, Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
We don't know where we are.
We Bombshell booked a beautiful room. We're overlooking Carnegie Mellon, right? Carnegie Mellon University and all kinds of stuff. It's beautiful outside.
Don't think that's
Floor to ceiling
called,
windows. It's a good.
Yeah,
it's a good day.
it's a pretty view. But we did Buffalo on Wednesday,
Standing
and that
ovation.
was so much fun. That club rocked that night. So everybody that came out, thank you, because that was a nice welcome back to comedy show, wasn't it?
I think you could really feel that everybody wanted to be part of it. Everybody was so happy to be out. And then we got notified that Omicron is coming. So
if you were in Pittsburgh last night on Thursday night, I don't like you as much.
Shh. This is gonna get all right. So it's a cavernous room. That room's always been like that. That's exactly how I played this room a lot.
You are not on my Christmas list this year if you were at the show on Thursday night.
They were nice. We had a line about 100 people.
Oh, the people after were super nice.
Yeah.
But as a whole, you guys should never come together again as an audience. You should seek
need more practice.
other people and try again.
They need more practice as an audience.
You need more friends, different people, and try again next year. Maybe if I survive that long. We had a whole week of Grandma Jean during Thanksgiving, so that's
awesome.
why we're a little behind on this podcast, because we had Grandma Jean. I had a medical procedure.
I was out of town.
You had to go away for Thanksgiving weekend, and then we had to hit the road on Tuesday morning. We had to leave the house, so it was crazy week. But we did get a whole week with Grandma.
So this is the Titus Podcast live from Pittsburgh.
live from Pittsburgh.
A lot of weird
this
stuff happened this
episode
week.
brought to you by
Yes?
Fitbod.
Good.
Want to throw this out there, speaking of you LARPing military.
Speaking of that, in
people.
my hotel room today, I was actually using Fitbod to
Yes,
work
you
out.
were. So if you guys haven't been paying attention, this is a killer product. And what a great time, because I am eating my weight in bad food. Like Thanksgiving, I was sick. But it was good. So Fitbod is an app, and it's like if you're getting tired of working out and doing the exact same crap, which I did when I was training for fitness shows, it was the worst. I wish I had this. This changes that. It varies every workout, every day. It's tailored to you. You have to enter different things, what you have about your body, what your goals are, what equipment you have. And then every workout builds on the one before.
Here's the only thing I didn't like about it. You have to do it. Like every workout, they'll give you a schedule where you'll lose all the weight you want to lose. You'll have workouts set up.
Mm-hmm.
It'll set up to give you a program, and then what'll happen is you'll be like, yeah. Today I drank a lot of wine, so I'm gonna push it to tomorrow.
Damn it. So they have their algorithm uses data and analytics, so you do build on your last workout, and it's based on your goals. So some of us want to lose more weight than others, right? Like some people like a little fluff, right? Some of us don't. It's like everybody's is
Who
different.
likes a little fluff?
A lot of people do.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Like my mom did not ever want to be skinny. And my mom wasn't overweight,
No.
but my mom wanted to be curvy. And a lot of men loved my mom being curvy. So anyway, that's a whole side trip, and it was a weird thing to say about
Yeah,
my
it
mom.
really was.
So
Now I'm thinking about your mom, and I don't want to
I
think about
know.
your mom. It's odd.
So Fitbod, even if you don't have equipment, they have body weight routines, which I love anyway. You can do functional fitness. And it'll integrate with Apple Health, Fitbit, and Strava. Killer price. Fitbod is $12.99 a month, or $79.99 for the entire year. You can use it every day for the whole year. Sign up now and you can get 25% off of your membership. So even if you do that annual $79.99, it's 25% off of that. It's a great deal. Pick up the pace on your fitness journey with Fitbod today, and your future self will thank you. Get 25% off your membership at fitbod.me/Titus. That's 25% off at fitbod.me/Titus. I love this. I love this app.
But also, when you're signing up for it and you're going through the menus, it'll set you up exactly how you want it. They don't just throw workouts at you. You go through the menu. You set up what do you want? Do you want to build muscle? Do you want to build size, or do you want to get toned? Like I'm gonna get shredded. That's all I want to get shredded. As you want me shredded.
Right.
I want to look like a dancer. So I put that in.
What kind of dancer are we talking about?
Very fit one. Just a very fit dancer.
Like Nathan Lane Broadway dancing, or what are we talking
like
about?
in shape, like the masculine ballet dude that's lifting girls over his head.
Like
so I can lift you.
Baryshnikov
There you
in
go. That's
his
the kind-
heyday.
Yes.
My sister was a professional ballet dancer for years, and she used to, when I was growing up, had this life-size, like 6 foot tall poster of Baryshnikov
She had a full size, like actual size.
Yeah, he was in motion with no shirt and those pirate pants that he would wear. I've never thought about this,
sorry,
and
what?
I'm remembering this.
I'm sorry,
now.
what, the pirate pants he would
Yeah,
wear?
you know, the no shirt and the pirate pants. And
So I mean, like MC Hammer
and
pants,
ballet slippers.
like Hammer pants.
They're like pirate pants, you know, like they're pleated.
Does anybody know what pirate pants
Yes,
is? Please
everybody knows.
send me a picture of you and your pirate pants at ChristopherTitus.com. I would love to see your pirate
Zach
pants.
actually tried to give you, I don't know what those were. He called them like Filipino fishermen. You know, Zach, there's always details that you don't know why he knows. And he gave you these pants, and I told you took them home and put them on.
They're
and
fisherman pants. They're
Okay,
fisherman pants.
well-
They were Taiwanese fisherman pants.
Whatever. They're not okay. And
I've never seen a pants made out of one piece of cloth. there was no seams. It was just one piece of cloth.
Oh, Zach
this is
was
a
all
this is a
about those
blanket
pants.
with
Yeah.
a strap. Is
It
what
was
this
pretty
is.
bad.
It wasn't bad. It was fine. It was a gift from a man I love. He's my brother,
Yeah, he
and I
knows
love
I
him.
didn't like the pants. The pants were not flattering for anyone. I love Zach. I do not like those pants. And he told you he wore them every day, and you got to wear them, and they do this and they do that. And when we saw him not very long ago, or I was with Jen, his wife, I said, "Does he wear those?" She goes, "Oh God, no." So he's not wearing them
Oh,
either,
all right.
so-
Then I feel so much better. I was feeling guilty. Now I don't feel guilty anymore.
Zach, he had a phase. It lasted a week or something, and then, But they were not okay.
Zach jumps on board of stuff. That's what it is. He jumps on board of stuff. And what else happened this week? Weirdly enough, a guy who I talk to once in a while DMs me. We talk on Twitter because I called him out on something one night on the news. Got fired today. Not fired. He got suspended.
Indefinitely suspended.
Isn't that fired? Isn't that just a lot of letters to say fired?
No, it's like they want to
Indefinitely
see
suspended.
how ugly the blowback is before they decide whether or not it's because they're weenies. That's why. CNN is seeing a rating spike for Chris Cuomo's show after his suspension.
What? Wait. What does that mean? A rating spike because he's not on it? Is that what they're saying? Because that sucks.
I think maybe because he's in the news and so everybody's going to see, but I don't know.
Who's doing
They
this?
said they're pending further evaluation. Documents revealed the improper nature of his relationship with aides to his brother, the former governor of New York, Andrew. So that sucks.
So you and I when we were in Buffalo, we kind of had a bit of a dust up about this, a discussion.
It was not a dust up. It
was a
was
discussion.
me telling you how it is and you
That's not
not showing respect.
By the way, and welcome to my life, people. That's exactly how it goes all the time. I didn't show respect. So here's the thing. Here's my stance on it. You are a guy who's not just on the news. You're a network anchor. You're like people come home and they turn you on, right? Mm-hmm. Your brother happens to be a governor of one of the most populous states and one of the richest states in the country. Mm-hmm. Your brother gets in big trouble. And I did notice that. I kept saying this. I go, how come Cuomo's not talking about his brother? Well, he was getting inside info. From what I gather, and this could be wrong, but I gather from what the news report says that he was giving his brother heads up on what was coming, because they were getting reports on stuff. And I said, the problem I have with it is that you are a guy we're supposed to trust with the news, and you were telling your brother stuff, which could have changed the outcome.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because what it does is it changes.
So because of his job, you're saying you trust him to give you the news, so he can't also help his brother. Those have to be mutually exclusive?
Not when his brother is actually up on criminal stuff. So yeah, by the way, you can help your brother like this. Your brother, let's say the home inspector's coming over to your house and calls. You can tell your brother. You can help your brother and your relatives in a lot of different ways. If you're on the news, I'm just saying, the circumstance is you're a guy that's supposed to tell us the news. Your brother's in the news for criminal behavior, and you're giving him heads up on what's coming. So he's changing the news. He's the guy who's supposed to be just reporting it instead of changing it.
I disagree, but we don't have all of the information yet. I think it, was probably bad judgment.
I agree with that.
I think that people are so quick to judge everybody and not at all be realistic about how they themselves would react in this similar situation.
Oh, I agree.
It's called being on your high horse all the time.
Well, I agree.
And I love that he's loyal to his brother as long as he wasn't changing anything, burying women's testimony, hiding things for his brother. That's something that I absolutely would not understand. But if he was just saying, hey, heads up, there's a new witness coming forward, or there's a big news story that's breaking on you tonight, which is what we read it was.
Right.
There could be more, I don't know. If that's all it was, then I get that. I can't imagine a situation where I know that something's coming out about my sister in my capacity as a journalist, and I don't just call her and say, hey, I just found out there's an ugly story coming out about you. It's going to be reported tonight at 5:00. I can't imagine. Of course I would do that. Of course I would. Well,
so when you said this, if something's going on with my sister, and they were going to say the Swedish government was going to come down on my sister, and I found out about it, and it was on the podcast, and I could tell her before the news came out, and I knew it. I would. I get what you're saying. I get it. I do. I mean, he's also Italian, so this is a whole other level to actually covering his brother's ass. But that's what it feels like. It looks like he was covering his brother's ass on criminal behavior. That's the problem. I will say, to his credit, the entire time it was happening, he didn't report on it or change the reporting of it.
Yes, that's what I think his duty is to, everyone.
Right.
And I don't see where he violated that. He came out and said, I'm not going to say anything about this. I cannot. It's a conflict of interest. I can't be unbiased. So I can't report on it.
Well, I respect you. I respect your opinion on this.
So there were, Letitia James discovered text messages and transcripts of interviews where, Chris Cuomo is an attorney. That's what he does or, did before he got on the news. And he was advising his brother's team in crafting his defense. Look, as a woman, I despise that. I hate that. But as a human being, do I understand him doing that? That's his job, and his brother's in trouble and needs that service. I get that.
There's no other lawyers, is what you're saying? You say there's no other attorneys in the world? See, the problem is this.
I would think it's my sister.
But he was getting inside info reported to the news desk that he was giving his brother the heads up on. After his brother committed a crime, he was held, in a weird way, it's a bit of an accomplice to what was coming out.
See, this is what I'm talking about, that everyone does. Everyone is so gnarly about everything to everyone. Going on Twitter is soul crushing. Yeah. And
tumor building.
It's why I haven't done it. Some guy looped me into some gun thing with you and, said that, something about someone cucking your wife. And I just think that's somebody raping me while you watch. And I just think, I don't even know you.
Right.
And that's everyone's go-to, is to be so judgmental and so high and mighty. And then we watch all those people fall. Right. Mm-hmm. And all I'm saying is it cool? No. Especially given that women for so long have been oppressed in coming forward with their stories of sexual violence. But do I understand it as someone with a brother and a sister? I do, and I can't.
I think you have a valid point.
Stand in judgment of that.
But I'm talking about this. I agree with what you said. We've all become so blah blah blah. But journalistic integrity is and I get it. I'm not disagreeing with you. If your job is to report the news every night, and you're helping a guy who's in the news, giving him inside info before the public gets it.
Him.
Well, no, but he was giving them inside info from the news desk, from what I gather. And by the way, from what I've talked to Chris Cuomo, I like Chris Cuomo a lot. I think he's a good dude. He's DM'd me a couple times. We've kind of gotten to discussions about. He just has a couple. It's weird. I don't know why.
You're supposed to tell people that.
Oh.
It's sort of like
I was famous for a little while.
You're not supposed to tell people about private conversations.
I'm not going to tell. Now I can, because I can't tell you my wife. I'm telling you. Now the rules are different, is what you're saying.
By the way, this episode brought to you by. I can't even talk. Brought to you by Ultimate Ears Fit. Have you guys tried these? And if you haven't, get them for Christmas or get them for someone for Christmas, because you will be the coolest person in the room. My cousin texted me a picture of hers when she got them and said, "This is your fault." So I guess my fault that she's buying things that we talk about. Yeah,
she was doing the melting thing.
So
she was fitting them, and they lit up.
So cool. So if you haven't heard us talk about these before, they are earbuds. They are way better than the other competitor because you open them. When you open the package, you have to be ready to set them up because they react to the light. You put them in your ear, and the light comes on.
You set it up on your phone.
Heats up.
You set it up on your phone,
and it molds specifically to your ear hole.
Right. So the plastic ear things. And here's my problem. I have both kinds. I have another kind. The other kind I have fall out. How many times have I lost them on the airplane? I have to go. Here's my life now. Since I started, I have to switch them now. I like the UEs so much. I leave them in a shop when I'm riding to listen to music when I'm riding.
I know, but you need to get those in both places. You just need to get those in both places.
Another set. Well, Christmas is coming up, honey.
That's what I'm saying.
Christmas is coming up, honey.
I don't like honey. That's gross. Old people say honey.
Christmas is coming up, darling.
Knock it off. No, I don't like.
Christmas is coming up,
darling.
Pumpkin.
Okay, the pumpkin's fine. Why
is pumpkin fine?
I don't know. Those other ones are weird. the most comfortable earbuds that you'll wear because they fit in your ear. The other ones used to make my ears hurt really bad. Also, when I would run, they would fall out. These don't do that. These are pretty amazing. So get these for a limited time. You can get 15% off your pair of Ultimate Ears Fits True Wireless Earbuds at ue.com/fits. Just use promo code Titus.
Guys, you will not be you will not be unhappy. I have them, and putting them in was a blast, and they don't fall out. They just don't fall out.
15% off with promo code Titus at ue.com/fits. I think I'm gonna get these for my niece.
15%? What?
Yeah, these are so cool. And make them, if you get them for someone, make them do them right there in front of everyone, because everyone else will end up buying
She's not
them.
kidding. Don't open the package, because it's a light blocking package. So when you have to be ready to fit them, then you open it and then put them in, and then the coolest thing I love about it is that you get to go on your phone and you get to run the sound. Mm-hmm. That's what it connects to your phone, which is killer.
Yeah, it's super
We live
cool.
in a magical world.
We really do. It's pretty crazy.
And in a dark world.
That's usually what you tell me every day.
Yeah, well, Omicron is coming. I was reading about Omicron today, people. I don't know the cases. They're saying it's maybe twice as infectious, but it's no more deadly. So if you're vaccinated, I read a bunch of stuff for the WHO, the World Health Organization today. They're saying that it's not. It is more transmissible, but not any more deadly. So you could still get COVID, and you can get it easier now. But if you're vaccinated, you're good. They're saying that the vaccines, so far, they're showing that the vaccines work. Of the 300 people in South Africa that had it, they were saying some of them had almost no symptoms at all. And a virologist was saying that viruses do change and mutate, but they usually give up one thing for another thing. So this one gave up a more deadly strain for more infection, so it's getting more people sick. So if you're not vaccinated,
so it's more contagious.
It's coming for you.
I thought they didn't know, though.
Well, they're still saying that's the first reports out of the doctors from South Africa.
Because the thing we watched right before we left to get on a plane was who was that?
But the
was
news
that
wants
the
to make
NIH?
everything bad.
A doctor there or a scientist saying, we hope that the first study is wrong because it looks like your
more infectious
immunity from having had COVID or the vaccine may not be effective against Omicron, but we don't know. It could be wrong. And I was like, well, that's not a great place to start. It wasn't
a study. Here's what I think. I think you put these doctors on television, they say the worst thing. And the newscasters lead them. They're like, by the way, so is the Omicron variant. So variants get worse, right? They lead them down this path of darkness, man. So the variant's worse. Well, the doctor will go, well, the variant could be worse. So after mutations, how many mutations do we have? 30 mutations. So 30 mutations, will that make it much more deadly? We don't know yet, but it's possible. And all of a sudden, they're down this road to the news is nightmarish.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why it goes back to what we were talking about in the very beginning about people like Christians or any faith, that the media only reports on the most heinous of people in that group or claiming to be part of that group. So that's all we see. So it gets a terrible name. It's like, the news is only ever reporting Muslims as it relates to bombings or war or, you know what I mean, or oppression of women. You're not seeing a lot of feel-good Christmas stories about Muslims on the news.
Well, it wouldn't be called Christmas.
I know, but I'm just saying. It would be, it may be. Well, I'm just saying, it's like they go out of their way to say the darkest shit. Yeah.
Well, even though so they were talking about so on Trump, I think the media really, they've always been like this. That's what sung Dirty Laundry so good. I think the media got addicted even more so to a different. You got to remember, when Trump was president, they had a different strain of heroin. Mm-hmm. They had a much higher content of that they've never had. Like every day, it was crazy.
Is that sketch that we did, Bob and Annie? Is that one available on YouTube?
I think so.
You guys should go to Christopher Titus TV. We did a sketch based 100% on that because of me standing in the bathroom getting ready and hearing these newscasters in the other room like getting a fix while they're saying, and desperately looking for the dark. Like they would interview someone after a storm and they'd be like, but did anyone die? I actually heard a female newscaster say that, and the guy goes, no.
And the whole premise
blew our roof off. yeah, but when the roof blew off, did it kill anyone?
A dog? Maybe
did
a dog?
It hurt?
A dog? Did it kill a dog? Anything?
Yeah.
Did it hurt a squirrel? Did it knock a birdhouse off a tree? Help me.
Yeah.
So we actually, basically, you just watched the vid. It's Bob and Annie. It's on. But I think they were so addicted to it. And now anything negative, and it's negative. So he got infrastructure passed bipartisan. Trump didn't get anything passed. Biden, unemployment's 4.2%. They're saying his poll numbers are down. They're reporting
That's
on poll
all I
numbers.
hear, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, so what that does is it creates this, and I want to go, guys, do you want another guy like Trump? Do you really? Does anybody out there want another guy like Trump?
It's glorifying negativity.
Right.
So...
Oh, by the way, I know it sounds really ironic that I have the balls to even talk about this. I want you to know, after this last dust up with this ammunition company, my swearing on Twitter is curtailed tremendously, and I am much nicer. Someone said, Titus, you're so venomous here, sometimes with good reason, and I said, I have diluted the venom. I have taken the venom. I have diluted it with a lot more snark.
I'll be interested to see how long this one lasts.
I will still be funny. It just seems like if you don't, I don't know, you and I had this argument. You got on me about Twitter, and I have to be honest, man. I am to this place where all the heroes in my life, guys in movies that I watch, and you know, they got William Wallace, people that I think that would be, that you stand up and you fight, and in real heroes, you know, Martin Luther King, you fight, and when things are bad, you fight against it. And I don't know. I just don't think
that William Wallace would agree that
he wouldn't be on Twitter.
Screaming at people and calling them dumb shits on Twitter is the same as him being disemboweled on the top of the hill.
Well, it depends what happens to me.
For what he believes in.
It just depends on what happened to me.
Don't think it's the same.
Well, I don't just say it on Twitter. I say it on stage, too.
This episode also brought to you by ButcherBox. These are like killer Christmas ads.
These ads are, they know that, though, I think.
Oh, I guess you're right. I guess this isn't accidental. I didn't just come up with this on my own. ButcherBox has saved our butts. The whole week Grandma was there. Yep. You have a feeling of wealth when you have a freezer full of different kinds of meat, especially when you have someone. Grandma Jean is a Yorkie. I have 3 Yorkies I have to feed. They're on a schedule. They're very particular about what time they eat and what they eat. And I just said that and Chaplin's head shot up because he knows the word
What
eat.
is Grandma's time when she goes, because it's about 3 o'clock. What's for dinner?
At 3 o'clock. What's for dinner? I will watch her wipe crumbs off of her Christmas sweatshirt from lunch and say, what's for dinner? So it's very important. She's on a schedule. Noon is lunch. 6 o'clock is dinner. So it really helped me. We have from ButcherBox in the freezer, we had chicken breast, whole chicken. We have lobster tails, things like that. So I was able to just kind of grab things.
And the pork chops, I'm not a big fan of those. They were great.
They're killer. The double cut pork chops. Ken texted me. I was going to try and find it. It texted both of us on a group text a few days ago. It was right after Thanksgiving because we gave him ButcherBox meat. And he texted me on Thanksgiving weekend to say, holy crap, I just did meal prep. This meat is amazing. This is crazy how different this tastes from other crap I buy at the grocery store.
Pray tell, why would it taste different?
Well, it's because there's no antibiotics or added hormones.
Right.
And so they pack it fresh. They ship it frozen. You don't have to go to the grocery store. Each box has 8 to 14 pounds of meat, depending on what you choose to put in it. You can choose, or you can pick their boxes that they've already curated. High quality meat, 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, wild-caught seafood, and more. You got to go see because there's so many options to choose from. This holiday, ButcherBox is giving new members 1 pack of bacon for free in every box. Plus $20 off of each box for the first 5 months of your membership. So that's free bacon for life and up to $100 off, which is a killer deal. Sign up at butcherbox.com/Titus. That's butcherbox.com/Titus. You won't be sorry.
No,
it's
you
really
won't, guys.
good.
The meat's awesome. One more thing.
Surprised Ken enough that he had to let me know on Thanksgiving weekend.
Little news update. This just came in an hour ago, guys. So the parents of the kid that shot the 4 people in Michigan are on the run. They actually they're getting charged with 4 charges of involuntary manslaughter because they gave a teenager, they bought him the gun and gave it to him.
So they've charged those parents, which I think is a nice
Finally,
move. Now we're starting to think, what else can we do if they won't change the laws? it's the guy last week from the school shooting.
Right.
The one just last week, not
Right.
this week. That mom.
Which one last week?
A letter has come out that she wrote to President Trump thanking him. So it is interesting. We're starting to look at the parents and what their involvement is with these kids. I mean, obviously it's not a hard and fast rule, but
bad parenting is a transmissible virus.
Yes.
You transfer it to the next generation, and they become shitty, and then they become shitty. So, guys, if you have kids, or if you're going to have kids,
Don't be
first of all,
shitty.
don't have kids. But second of all, if you're going to have kids, be a good parent. I don't understand anybody going, hey, he's 16, let's get him a gun.
well, some parents do, but they.
Yeah, if you live on a farm and you got to shoot coyotes so the livestock doesn't get killed, sure.
Well, I mean, there might be other reasons, but
In Michigan?
they're just bringing them up like I was brought up to know how to handle a gun, how to shoot a gun.
Why do you need? Why do these people need a gun to handle a gun, to shoot a gun? I
Well,
don't
where
get it.
I'm from in the South, I mean, I didn't, but my parents didn't for my brother or for me, but a lot of parents do give their older teenage kids rifles and things like that. I mean, that was very common when I was growing up. I get that doesn't happen in California, but it was pretty common. A lot of people hunt.
Other weird news. So they found out Mark Meadows.
That was not an edit. He just moved on.
I just moved on. We talked about it enough. I just want to keep pointing at the stupid. So Mark Meadows that won't testify. Doesn't want to testify. He's limiting his testimony to the January 6th Commission. Just released a book with information that he said he wouldn't talk about. So the court is like, dude, you already put it in a book.
So he's waived his rights. Yeah, to silence.
We can now ask you anything.
But here's the weird thing. So he releases something from the book as a teaser to sell books.
Right.
That Trump knew 3 days before that first debate that he was positive for COVID
Right.
and went anyway and endangered Joe Biden's life and
At the
everyone
debate.
else at the debate. And God knows how many people actually did get sick and come in contact and make other people sick. But now what's that thing today where he's now denying that his book says that, or he's calling it fake news, or what? What
it's
was
in your
that?
own book, dude. You read it. Did you not have a proofreader? That we've saying he's saying Trump called him, and he's now denying it because basically Trump. Here's what I actually believe.
I gotta find that.
I believe Trump knew he was positive. The gestation for COVID is like 10 days. He knew he could go to the debate and possibly kill Joe Biden. That's what I think. I think it was darker than we think.
But okay, but
Is that craziness?
let's again
Do
say.
I sound crazy?
You always sound crazy. But let's again say that he released a fact that he wrote in the book to sell the book before it comes out.
Right.
And Trump makes a statement that, because he just won't go away, that claim is fake news. And hours after that, Mark Meadows agreed. And he wrote it in the book.
Right. And now they're going after the doc that was that on the timeline, the guy, the crazy doctor that was like the White House doctor. If even Obama, now he's like,
Yeah.
So now they're going after that guy going, what was the timeline on it? Because now they're lying. So wait. So here's how bad these guys lie. I'm sorry. You put out a book that was read by many people. Everybody passed it. Now, one of the pages in the book says that Trump was COVID positive 3 days before the debate, didn't stop the debate, went to the debate, and now you're saying that didn't happen.
But he put it in the book.
Yeah, no, your book is bullshit then? What are you saying?
So don't buy the book because it's
Yeah, there
fake
you go.
news. Like,
So
what?
basically, don't buy the book.
I'm very confused. They can't. This is what I'm so tired of. So if anything they don't like, they just say fake news, and then it's over.
Even if it's their news, though. This is
Right.
actually their news.
Right.
So
I'll say it again. It's what Kellyanne Conway said, and Trump said, the truth is not the truth.
Yeah.
And at
Alternative
the time,
facts.
I was just like, that makes no sense. And now I see what you did there. At that debate, they really could have used this episode also brought to you by
no.
Molecule, right? Because
Biden could have had one right on the podium.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why Molecule? Toxic smoke, bacteria, viruses, things like that. So
It clears it.
It does deal with all of those things. It uses pico technology instead of a HEPA filter that just traps things. This is something that actually destroys these things in the air.
As it comes in the filter, it goes. That's when we.
I don't know if it buzzes.
When we empty it, I know if it buzzed me, we wouldn't have it because it just quietly sits in the corner and doesn't ever stop. It's amazing.
Photoelectrochemical oxidation.
How much stuff did you take out of them? We had those fires. It's
crazy. Crazy.
It was
according to the World Health Organization, air pollution actually contributes to over 7 million deaths every year.
Wow.
So molecule, living in LA, I'm glad we have a molecule.
Yeah, California's on fire all the time.
It actually breaks down pollutants at a molecular level and destroys, it's been proven to destroy allergens, chemicals, flu virus, even coronavirus.
People, we have it in our bedroom. It runs constantly, and you can see, so we'll have the bedroom door closed, and I'll be out in the world, go out in the backyard, whatever, go through the house. I walk into the bedroom, and the bedroom, it's the air is different.
It's weird.
It?
My sister.
Do you notice it?
So my sister was having allergy problems with her husband's dog, a Mastiff, Lola, and she was sick all the time. And so she goes, I bought an air purifier, and I don't know what it was, some ghetto thing. And I told her about Molecule, and I sent her the talking points, and so she went and ordered 2 of them because there's all different sizes. She got the large one like we have, and then the Molecule Air Mini, and her allergies have cleared up. It's crazy. And with new information available, they now know that the Pico technology in Molecule destroys over 99% of SARS-CoV-2 in 1 hour.
Really? In the room?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, I need a backpack with one. I'm just going to go on stage. Because currently,
seriously.
Because even though I'm triple vaccinated, I break it down in the new show. I'm like, I go, the reason we were off for almost 2 years is because I basically get on stage, spew virus on you, the audience, and if I'm doing my job well, I get 300 people spewing virus on me.
Exactly.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Welcome to the Petri Dish Comedy Club, people.
Isn't it weird how we have to think about that now, though? Like, we never thought about that. And I've started watching movies or news and no, not news, but like movies like that came out a couple years ago, and people hug, or they're like, no, they're all in a room having a meeting, and I do go, wait, no, you can't, and then I think, oh wow, like it's already happening. So get a Molecule air purifier. You will not be sorry. It really helps with my allergies, and it's an insane amount. And there's all different ones that you can get based on whatever you need. For a limited time, you can save up to $120 on Molecule air purifiers by visiting molecule.com. That's Molecule with a K, and using promo code Titus120. You also get free shipping and a 30-day at-home trial. That's Titus120 at molecule.com.
Molecule.
It's not Molecule.
It's just Molecule, Kule. Yeah, you'll find it, guys. It's awesome. So we have 2 more shows. Well, we're doing the taping this on Friday. So Friday afternoon. So we got 2 shows tonight in Pittsburgh, 2 shows tomorrow night in Pittsburgh. I go home. You go to Grandma Jean's for a week, and then what? I go to San Jose next week, guys. Next week I'll be at the San Jose Improv. I'm playing Sally Tomatoes.
In Rohnert Park.
In Rohnert Park.
On Thursday.
Bringing the new show.
Yep.
Don't know who's going to be opening for me. Ray's going to be out of town. And then I'm going to San Jose Improv, which I love that club. I love that. It's a theater.
That's an old school club for you. I mean, when I first met you, when we first started dating, I remember you calling me from there. And the guy that ran it was a guy I had worked with in Louisiana that I had known for years. Yeah. So
it was brand new then.
It's a beautiful club, too. It's in an old theater that Harry Houdini performed in.
Yeah.
Remember they were telling us about that? So they've always said all along that it's haunted.
Yeah, but what Harry Houdini didn't die in that theater.
I know, you and I always said that. What
does he come back? This his favorite theater?
San Jose.
He's still touring. He's still in the netherworld. He's still going around to his old theaters doing gigs. Oh, no, I really liked it. So I'm just gonna spend eternity still doing gigs. I just my chest just got tight saying that.
Oh no, you'll be in Des Moines, Iowa at the Funny Bone doing
it's haunted.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Hey everybody.
What do you do for a living?
So you guys gotta come see us at our final shows of the year. Even if you don't live near there, you should come anyway. Some of our favorite places to go. So December 16th, first time we will have been here. It's the Art Theater in Hobart, Indiana. December 17th, one of our favorites, Barrymore Theater in Madison, Wisconsin, 1 show only. And then December 18th, our last show of the year, Pantages Theater in Minneapolis. Love, love, love Love that club. And the guy that is the technical director of the theater used to be Prince's go-to guy. He would get the call from him. He listened to us talk about Prince for years, knowing that we were diehard, and finally, our fourth or fifth year,
he hinted about
decided to tell us, you know the guy you always talk about? Well, I worked for him, and he would get those 2 a.m. calls, and you would have to show up, and Prince would stay awake for 3 days.
I stopped dead when he said that. I was like, what?
I know.
I was so mad. Like, wait, we've been coming here for 4 years, and you now are telling me this? So we're going to try to get there and go see Paisley Park. We're going to try to get to Paisley Park. I'm going to try to get tickets, and we'll book our flights home based on that.
And by the way, we just added January 7th, Traverse City Comedy Club, 2 shows only. January 8th, Back Alley Comedy Club, Muskegon. Is that how you say that? Michigan. And then January 9th, another favorite, the Wealthy Theater in Grand Rapids. Woo-hoo! Only 1 show. That we have had so much fun at that theater.
And you know what's great about this new show? Well, your new show too. So can I brag about you a little bit? All right, I'm going to brag about Ray. We just did Buffalo. I have never seen this girl blow the roof off like she did. My new show is starting to get to a place where I think
except for Pittsburgh on Thursday.
No, she did great. I think it was good. The sound guy. When I got off stage last night, the sound guy who sees everybody came to me and goes, "Man, you guys are awesome. You know, you just got a crazy thing tonight." So thanks for telling about all the shows. Guys, if you want any merch for Christmas, we have stuff. I've got box sets. Stuff. Box sets are on sale. All my specials, all the first 8.
Yeah, Christmas special.
First 8, the Christmas special going on. You can get it. They were 80. We're getting rid of the last of them. So the $50.
You have to create a new promo code or something.
Yeah,
because that sale ended. So if you're going to say that, you have to.
We will have. After I get off, I'll talk to Ken right now. You can still get them through. We're going to go through maybe the 10th with it. Also,
and then I have new Alpha Chick shirts available to celebrate my special. It's going to be coming out.
Yes, and the new Titus shirts are out too. The new
Titus
Titus
shirts,
are killer. The zero side effect shirts. On the back it says, "Now let's invent a vaccine for stupid." So if you have somebody in your life that you want to get some Christmas present for, go to ChristopherTitus.com, please.
And the art for those was done by Johnny Jalopy.
Johnny Jalopy's great. Johnny Walker,
great artist.
Do me a favor, please. Go ahead and go to our YouTube channel, Christopher Titus TV on YouTube. Sign up, subscribe, and we'll keep giving you stuff. Guys, thanks for listening. For myself, the lovely Bombshell, and the absent but still beloved Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
Yeah.
This was fun.
There can be only one. I'll do it.
I like doing
what kind of song do I have to do?
In my pajamas.
What song do I have to do now?
Are you going to sing for Ken?
I'll do something, yeah.
I would like you... Oh, someone suggested marching band.
Wait.
No. This is...
that's polka.
Yeah, that's polka.
There can be only one. There can be only one. It's horrible.
Okay,
He's
that was bad. We're gonna save marching band for Ken.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, guys. Thanks for listening to the Titus Podcast. Don't miss Titus and Rachel on the road. Get tickets now at ChristopherTitus.com and RachelBradleyComedy.com. This is Highlander. There could be only one.